Oh, hey man.
Oh, hey, man.
Welcome to this week's episode of Talk of the Universe. I'm your host, yes, Star GBOSS, the greatest American who ever lived, the tyrant and the dictator of the LFF, apparently. And I am joined by my co-host for the evening, one half of the LFF Tag Team Champions, a Grand Slam champion
Damn,
himself,
damn right I am.
Mr. Brian Wait for it Schmidt,
Po
also one half of the LFF's most prestigious tag team us alongside another Grand Slam champion, Mr. Brian Wayford Schmidt. We will be streaming Robert the Brain Dunn's Grand Slam championships all night long throughout the episodes right here on the TV show. Please make sure you don't miss that. We're going to kick this episode off with the week in review. We
of
have the
course.
three P's, the little C, and the deck of the week, the post, the
The
photo, and
and
the promo of the week. Cracking open a Boss Weiser here.
well, enjoy the Boss Weiser, Steve. Here comes the
Bottoms up.
promo of the week coming from your old school champion.
My old school champion.
Welcome back, LFF, to the High Limit Lounge, where the High Roller has so many belts. I'm going to start my own luxury clothing line. This Sunday is all about who earns the right to enter the Grand Gathering as the old school champion. Well, I say the Grand Gathering is a little too beneath the High Roller. I'm a little beneath my caliber, so when I get there, it's going to become the $1 million gathering. And the High Roller has been an excellent representative of the old school division. I have defeated Pucomania 3 separate times. I have successfully sobered up the Brewmeister. Who the heck even is the Brewmeister? And now, this Sunday, I face lukewarm Stephen Houston. Let me tell you something, Stephen, if that is indeed your name. You think you're going to serve me this dirty cup, this brown muddy water? Let me tell you this. I hope you get your rest then, because this Sunday, you're going to sleep, and you're going to dream the $1 million dream. And when you wake up, surrounded by friends and family, all you'll be able to say is, what happened? But the only thing that'll come out is, what? 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 I'll see you Sunday, pal. Just remember, LFF, you're not as strong as the High Roller's wallet.
Big words from the old school champion
That's our
there.
old school champion, man. He pioneered in the whole division. He's been doing a fantastic job on the table, on the mic. Dr. Pollywood is fantastic.
I also got to give a shout out to this past weekend to the Titan for live streaming from his reception this past weekend. Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Smith, no pun intended, on your nuptials. And it's great to see that you guys are sharing your love, your experiences with us here in the LFF. So we appreciate you there, Titan.
I agree. I mean, very touching. What we've built here throughout years of tyranny and really just abuse of power is
Yeah.
shockingly a very loving environment and community. And when we're included in things like babies being born, engagements, marriages, even just general life activities in the discussion group, it means a lot to the folks here involved. I speak for myself, but I definitely think I speak for everybody else in the community when they
Hell
see
yeah.
that sort of love and positivity. It's amazing. It really is great. I'm so happy in ways that you wouldn't expect. Just seeing the fact that a game that we put together and a community we built is something that people want to share some of their most intimate moments with. It's really amazing.
I love it.
It's unlike anything I've been a part of ever. So I think that's really great. Thank you for thinking of, you know, everybody here, not just myself and the community, during these great moments. I think that it really makes this game and this environment special.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Bride
Centennials.
looked beautiful, man. Listen, you like myself, Titan, we're good-looking guys, but we've way overachieved. We take these as huge wins. Look absolutely stunning. You look sharp as hell. Thanks for including us in your big day.
Seriously, thank you very much. Love to see that the night before, but we'll get into the week review. His best man was there's the book dragon, baby. There it is.
There she is.
In mystery boxes, folks. In mystery boxes. All right. Speaking of which, photo of the week. Now we like to say love for family, and obviously Titan doing what he did. It takes a real dedication that when you're on vacation with your future wife to tune into a hour and a half long main event match live Monday night on the discussion group. There's Mr. Jason Foisson watching his tribal chief take on Big Match Pete at Rip and Ship Locals this past Monday.
Banger of a match.
Yeah.
We'll get into it a little bit in detail, but that was the conclusion of General Manager John Colace's 8-man #1 contendership match for the LFF World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
We're going to talk a lot about that in a few moments. I guess Final Fantasy just wasn't cutting it, man. You just need that Super Show fix when you're across the globe, missing the most prestigious place in the world, the LFF Tri-State. Well, Mr. Foisson, we missed you, buddy.
Yeah,
I used this scoring app. I swear to God, okay? I changed that event to bullet rounds, and it still went up in Swiss.
Wow.
All right? I had to make some changes on the fly for Big Match Pete and some changes for Mr. John Press 1P. We could have used you there, buddy. We missed you. We want our GM to come home, have a safe trip back.
I want my arbiter back, damn it.
Hype.
Whoa, hold on 1 second, boss. An anonymous
hold on. Did we miss it?
No.
Oh, no, it's still up there.
It's still up there. We had an anonymous gifter give 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you, Anonymous. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Level 2 hype train is confirmed now. We are at a level 2 hype train with another 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on that. But while we get into that, let's go into the post of the week. Now, post of the week is a big debate here. A very big debate amongst the whole community about which 2 competitors would be most popular headline in old school.
Choice.
Yeah, old school 2-player box set. And let's take a look at this real quick. Here we go. Boss posting this yesterday at around 10:30. Which two competitors would be most popular to headline an old school 2-player box set? They may feature extra gimmicks. Now, the you can't see it right now, Steve, but the one that's out in the lead right now, the Stone.
Yeah, I was shocked by this. I mean, I love the Stone. I love who he parodies, but I did not expect him to be the #1 answer of the LFF. That's not to say it's a bad answer. I just thought, there's some other names that might be up there. But I just get ready, folks, because your Candy Stones might be next.
Right behind him is lukewarm Steven Houston, which I don't think he needs a. He could go in the box, but I don't think he needs a new gimmick. I think that gimmick's really good.
I agree. We've been cooking up some fun stuff for it, so stay tuned.
Hunk Homeland in the third, and then right behind him, Heartache Kid, and then Hunk Homelander. But look at these other ones. Nacho Guy, Giandre, Heartbreaker, Billy Bagpipes, Razor Blade, Above Average Warrior, my personal pick, and it's just, and then Sticky. Why would Sticky Salamander need? I think Sticky doesn't need an update at all, and Dicky Finesse.
So it's not about updates in general. I think it's just about overall draw power, right? And I was just curious to see who people think is the most recognizable, the biggest, attraction to a passerby. And I think we got great feedback. Yeah. So we're moving forward with that. Not entirely on the vote, but a good portion of it. And I've been really excited because I've been cooking up a version of the Super Roman Reverse Snake Pit box set that'll be designed specifically for old school. So it'll have new updated art to reflect the old school division, the old school characters.
Mhm.
It'll have a nice sealed package, so there's no sort of questions for you on which is legal, right? So now when
Right.
we have more old school division events, like we're gonna have at the Grand Gathering, you'll know that it'll be the current wave of old school packs plus this box. This is everything that's legal right now. I think that that's a really nice solution for the old school format, which we've been, having a great time with.
Really good time with it. Also, Supermania is now primarily following the old school division regulations, so this will definitely. Huh?
We're gonna have on the website the whole division, not just the spoilers, the whole wave up there.
Yep.
As we finalize the final 6 characters, to my left is whoever's good at percentages. Let me know what percentage of old school wave 3 I have in the building, because I have all of the single cards from wave 1, all of the single cards in wave 2. I have all of the competitors from the parody release, and I'm only missing 6 competitors. So, give me some statistics, what percentages here. I'll check the numbers too, Mr. Schmidt. I think we only had one possible botcheroo on the numbers. I actually didn't check if that was correct. If we have to reprint one of the card numbers.
Oh, okay.
But other than that,
where is Colby? I have no idea where Colby is, Cecilia. But are you asking Colby if he's a cop? Stong says he's coming back.
Chosen one.
Yeah, speaking of which. Comment of the week comes from a poster from this past week's UCW, and it's from Grand Slam winning Bob Dunn. And Vacant makes his long-awaited return. I was most like
Grand Slam winning Bob. Did I miss something?
Oh no, it's still on. It's not on the screen. Okay, good. Hasn't happened yet. Anyway, Bob Dunn with the comment of the week. Vacant makes his long-awaited return at UCW against Rambo Apocalypse. Thank you everyone for the love and support. We clipped a level 2 hype train. There's your 3 Ps in a C. I will grab the deck of the week in just a moment, boss, as I'm trying to fix something right now. Boop. Oh, what is Pride? Oh, god damn it, Pride. Don't send me those pictures right now. I'm in the middle of this.
Oh boy, what kind of pictures you getting from Pride?
It's
Vacant making a huge return. No other vacant positions here in the LFF. GM ships. We got myself doing a lot of work. We've got Tomato Jr. doing plenty of work. We got the Robada. We got all titles currently being held. No vacancies right now.
Oh, none
except
whatsoever.
Down in the Rust Belt. Dominating, it seems.
All right. Let me just get this real quick. Have the deck of the week ready to go. Hello.
This deck of the week, I like to pick it. Sometimes I pick deck of the weeks based on something really innovative and different. Sometimes I like to see, something that came out of left field and was really solid, or some unique combos that work really well. For this deck of the week, I think this is a very scientific, I don't know if it's strategic design, very New York tri-state area-esque on a powerful competitor. So when we get that up and running, let's pull this up.
Yep, pulling up in just a moment. Give me a minute.
This is what General Manager John Calais would call no tricks in 86 here.
All right, and I'm just making sure we have everything correct here. Fit screen. Boom. There you go, ball. Right on screen there. Man from IT, champion to Kickstarter. Yellow card, Brotherly Love, America Fires Back, the 1, 2, and 3 from Ring of Fire. Apocalypse rejected, going over the ring steps at your 4, 5, 6. Forearm shot. It's an oldie but a goodie. Reverse scoop slam. Chugga, 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 chugga. I'm curious about the reverse instead of like a lucha rinse repeat there.
Let's take a big gander as I pull this back up. First and foremost, if you don't know what the man from IT does, he's when you roll Technique 5, which I tend to the lower gimmicks tend to be really powerful. You look at your opponent's hand
Hmm.
and you bury a follow-up or a finish. So that could strip some big stops down. It could also take away your opponent's firepower when you need it the most. I believe he is a 10 power, 9 strike, 8. It's not agility. It's not technique.
Strike.
It's not
Grapple.
grapple. Submission. I'm going to say he's an 8 submission, giving him an equal 8 in there. And then, as Mr. Schmidt mentioned, the 1, 2s, and 3s, these are some burial effects. These are Roddy Rom cards, I like to call them, or maybe Zach Ashley's. Apocalypse, not my cup of tea, but makes sense, especially when you have that spotlight that he has. Rejected, I wouldn't run Rejected in this deck.
No.
I get it. I get that it could really set your opponent back when they deck out. So I do get it, but I just think your spotlight is too valuable to give up. You know, obviously the effectiveness of your gimmick is least powerful when your opponent decks out and they have more cards in their deck. So I get that the rejected makes sense. I'm just saying personally, I would feel real bad if I had to give up my +1 to technique at any point. But again, that's just personal preference here. Going over the ring steps, great call. You have 10 technique, additional hand destruction, forearm shot. I still think is one of the best cards ever. Reverse scoop slam and chugga 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 chugga. I don't know, Schmidt. You already have the forearm shot for mass recursion. Cards like reverse scoop slam, lucha rinse repeat, they're all good, right? I think that you might want some shuffling here, some free shuffling. We'd have to hear from Mr. Sam Stanton on that, see how that goes. Kickback, we're from the tri-state area, so we're most likely using the Champion Kickstarter. So you have the kicks back that you can make unstoppable.
Double wrist twist. Hold it right there. Standard 11 and 12. Can't be stopped by follow-ups. Another lead, grapple, or submission play. +1 to your next turn roll and draw 1 card. Boot to the head, and then 2 skill stops at 14 and 15.
No finish recursion here at 10 through 12.
No.
Notice that. I think that's not something I typically do. But you have an unstoppable kickback. You have a double wrist twist that is pretty weak to the 11, and you have the holder right there. So it's just pressure, drawing cards, winning turn rolls. That +1 could be huge on the 5th on the technique as well.
Right. Boot to the head, 7 seals, and body breaker. Body breaker is discard a card from play, correct? Submissions greater, discard a card from play.
No, again, these cards where the friendly berries like the boot to the head, those are huge.
Yeah.
Because they put more cards in your opponent's deck, they cut off their strategy. You could pull their finishes away, make sure they can't get them back. But again, the spotlight is so valuable to me.
Yeah.
It's an easy target. I guess it's not the worst thing because if your spotlight gets turned off, you have your finish again. So that's really good. Body breakers, your opponent randomly discards a card from their hand.
Okay.
So if my stat line assumption was correct, I love this call. You know, you have a 10 technique. Wait, body breaker is if your submission is greater than your opponent's submission.
Correct. Yeah. That's the 15.
Wow. So this is a bold call by Sam Stanton right here. He's running body breaker on the 8 instead of the technique on the 10, alongside the 7 seals. Interesting. We were wrong here, folks. I thought this was a cookie cutter, copy and paste. It is not.
Wait, how is he running 7 seals if it's a strike requirement?
He has a 9 strike.
Okay. All right.
I believe he's. Oh no! Am I getting this man from IT? Never mind. Back it up. My kids are going crazy upstairs. Body breaker makes perfect sense. He's 10 power, not 10 technique. Excuse-moi. Super King Swing, Slamming Pixelplex, and Cat Scratch. I mean, this deck he's focused very heavily on card draw. We see a Chugga Chugga, a Cat Scratch, and a 7 seals for recursion right now. Trash Bash Smash, Pile Driver, Crash and Burn, par for the course with your burial decks. I like this spread right here. Chop block the back of the knee, blindside backbreaker, and boot in the corner. Shuffle 2, draw 3, pick up 2, and then a massive hand ripping apart. Personally, I'm a little bit different. My strategy here. I see he has cat scratch, chugga chugga. He has a lot of recursion on the submissions. I don't know if I put the boot in the corner with the tiger driver and the blindside backbreaker. I guess blindside backbreaker makes sense.
Yep.
You have the 10. Chop block the back of the knee is the least protected. He does not have a 10 technique, as I mistakenly said. So my preference here, this is just the way I would do it, is I would put the chop block of the back of the knee as a split shoulder scissors to go with the chugga chugga. It's protected with the 10 power. And then I would put the boot in the corner as a moonsault. And the reason why is because if my opponent has to use a stop any on the moonsault, it did its job anyway, right?
Right.
So, like, I'm using the moonsault to get rid of stops. You're going to use your number 15 on it for whatever case you're going to use on it, or 21. To me, it served its purpose. So I like to use that on my weakest ones in a lot of cases. In my opinion, the strongest cards in the 25 to 27 slot, the face it, you're barking up the wrong tree line. He uses the reboot, the control alt delete, and the firewall. It was great. This was a big win for Sam. Took down the locals. We'll get into that. I think it's one of his second ones. He consistently does very well.
Yep.
But he was able to take down the whole event with the man from IT. I know it was a character he was trying to track down for quite some time.
Yep.
Very hard character to find these days. So I think the secondhand values were pretty high up there. And a stellar run. I was wrong. It is very good. Very well crafted. Didn't take too many risks here. I really like the design. All right. What do we got here? Look, anything else in the weekend review?
Nothing else. Well, we got to go over Thursday night. We got to go over any of the locals that we had, plus Sunday night fights, which was a big one.
We had Sunday night fights. We had a lot of stuff at Rip and Ship at the locals. All right. So let's dive right into Thursday night. Is that moi?
That's you, baby.
Is that me? Was I back?
Yeah, you were back. It was your first night back.
That seems like ages ago.
Ages ago?
Ages.
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 Like the agita I have
Boss
right
fight. 17 folks cutting to a top 8.
Mm-hmm.
I got waffle stomped. I started off hot, played against Robert the Brain Dunn, went up 1-0, and then I got slapped around. No respect for Homicide. I think I finished at 1-4 after that. And it was a quick 1-4. I was one of the first people done. Your top cut saw the prize fighter, Simon Dabner, undefeated as the dive bar bard. He was able to set the stipulations as part of his GM's favor. He selected New York rules for the first round matchup. It was the prize fighter, the Nightmare King, Ant West, the antagonist versus Robert the Brain Dunn. Colby Cram is El Gato. Dangerous Still in Bias is Trey Miguel. History-making Matt Pineapple is the 0-1 champion. And the highest champ in the LFF as Uncle Awesome. And then the prize fighter undefeated would go down to the Nightmare King.
What?
Nice little post there. Bob Dunn advances. Yep. Colby Cram advances. And the highest champ advances. Look at this top cut, man. Check this out. Highest champ in the LFF.
Mm-hmm.
Colby Cram. The chosen one himself. The smartest man in the LFF, Robert the Brain Dunn. And the Nightmare King.
Wow.
All found themselves in a dark match. The Cinderella story for the Nightmare King would end at the hands of Robert the Brain Dunn. And Colby Cram would be defeated by the highest champ in the LFF. And in a tables, ladders, and chains match, which is not where I think you want to be up against Uncle Awesome, the highest champ in the LFF defeated Robert the Brain Dunn. And then, unfortunately, the Nightmare King tormented the chosen one in a TLC match.
Why would he do
Something
that?
we'll never allow ever again.
Nope.
And the highest champ in the LFF wins the Thursday night fight, I think following a Monday night fight victory, right?
Correct.
Previously?
Yeah.
So it goes back to back. What a week he would have. More on that later.
All right, we're gonna go into also this week of Ace BCW locals. Your top cut is as follows. I think I have a full report here. I do not. I do not. So we'll go with your top four. Chris Cole is Rara Perry winning it out all over, defeating Ref Dave and the GOAT Brock Smith. And Cecilia Beekeepers. It looks like Cecilia Arendondo. I apologize if I butchered that name.
What?
Uh,
Ariandando.
Ariandando. Dondo. Dondo.
Arredondo.
Arredondo. But Chris Cole winning BCW locals.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, as Rara Perry.
Wow, Chris Cole. That's a fairly new player, right?
I believe so. It's
Rara
up
Perry.
up in beer Beekeeper's daughter. Thank you, Ref Dave. All right.
Very nice.
Ace.
Is there a name for a baby bee?
Larva.
I think that's too young.
Okay.
But you could be right.
I probably am. Don't say that out loud, Steve. All right, HCCW Challenge Games and Comics in Atlanta on April 19th. The HCCW champion, Jonathan Thu, was not in attendance. However, he is scheduled to be at XP Wrestling this upcoming weekend for his next challenger will be decided via the monthly HCCW tournament. The highest finisher amongst the people who would be attending XPW would get the shot. 10 of players in the tournament qualified. Tournament was bullet rounds. John Hodges won the tournament as Deathmatch King Matt Cardona. Mad props. He will not be at XPW, however, so the shot goes to the other finalists. Lauren Santiago. Is she going to steal that belt from Hold the Line Harry? We'll see. But your top five is as follows from this event. In fifth place, Slade Holiday as franchise version 2. Sean Carter is Orchestra Red. Love that card. Paul Morrell as Dr. Pollywood. Lauren Cheswan. I always butcher her last name. Schwane.
Let it breathe.
Schwane as Lauren Santiago and John Hodges as Deathmatch King. The HCCW Hardcore Championship was also defended as Adrian English as Matt Cardona, version 1, defeats Nick Ross as Raven to become the new ACCW Hardcore Champion. The ACC Trios title was also on the line as practice site as Just Business. Hardy har. Defeated Slade Holiday as the national champions to retain the ACCW Trios title. The match was held twice. First defense was a 3-turn dicing. Jeremy refused to retain that way. On April 21st, well, that's Tuesday, so we'll go into that when we get towards Dojo. Yep.
I'm in your DMs. Get out of your DMs.
Get out of my DMs.
Pay attention. Don't let me distract you.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, we'll go right to, let me pull it up. Rust Belt. Their points chased finished. And I have a winner, and I didn't have time to fix this graphic, so I'm going to pull it up real quick, so the people can see it. And let's see. I just got to shrink it down a little bit. Here's your final run on the Rust Belt points chase. How is redacted at 13? Wow, a person redacted it has 13 points. Okay, fair enough. Funtime Bob and Captain Rust Belt tied for second with 12 points. The Lethal Endorser, Joe Gilchrist at 10. The OTC, the original Trash Champion, at 10. Matt Pineapple, 8 points. The Dude at 5. Dangerous Dylan at 4. And Jim Bias at 3. So the Redacted has won the event at Rust Belt. Congratulations to Redacted. I would say it more personally, but I don't know who you are since your name has been redacted. Let's see. What else do we have coming up? Sunday. Let's see. BCW Loco is already taken care of. Miso's Polka Memorial Tournament on 4/18.
Oh God. Oh man,
right?
I don't like the sound of that.
I don't
Man,
either.
that is
Please.
not even fun to say. Damn.
No, it's
Woo.
not. Man.
Can't even joke about one of the goats going down like that.
So here is your top. I don't think they did a top count. Let me just confirm. They did not. So here is your standings. In first place, Alexander Slamilton as hardcore Alexander Slamilton. Austin Lucas in second place as the Death Machine Sally Callahan. Javi Lusta playing
Sally Callahan, folks. Sally Camahan coming to the old school division. It's a good name. I like that. I'm gonna write that one down. Sally Camahan.
And Harvey
And he
Luster
says,
as Joe
thumbs
Black.
down, thumbs up.
Brian Johnson as Swoggle. Mr. Cheat playing Lord of the Dance, and I'm not saying that last one. No, I refuse. Sean B as
Syzygy, get it in there, man.
I'm gonna. Sorry. Anyway, those are your top for the Misos Polka Memorial Tournament. Please send your prayers and love to the Polka family. Another Grand Slam winner, Steve. Another Grand Slam winner.
That is correct. The committee here did very much so due diligence. They doubled and triple checked. They said Matt Nealon wasn't there. They did their research. They didn't even mention that person here.
Wow.
So I apologize
Wick
for the oversight. It was not intentional.
All right. The other company had their big 2-night show, but Sunday Night Fights had the biggest event of the weekend as the LFF World Heavyweight Championship was defended as Matt Haas as Sabu took on
The hidden threat.
the
hidden threat himself.
Yes, the hidden threat himself, taking on the host of the Outlaw Mudcast, the longest running dirt sheet here in the LFF, Mr. Maggle Kirk, playing as Mac Attack. Now, boss,
I want to just reiterate something
Go
I
ahead.
said prior. I wasn't speaking in hyperbole. These are two folks that are foundational, in a word I might have just made up here, for the LFF. Obviously, we are well aware of what Michael Kirk has brought to the table.
Right.
The enthusiasm through the CACs is overshadowed by the whole catalog of the digital audio dirt sheet known as the Outlaw Mudcast. Several hundred episodes have been documented. The hidden threat Matt Haas has been through countless stores with us, building up the whole East Coast scene from the very early stages of Super Show the Game, helping out here in the office on several occasions. Again, these two guys are both really, really valuable to our community. We appreciate them. But no love lost. This was going to be a battle, Sabu versus the host of the Outlaw Mudcast as Mac Attack. And realistically, there was a lot of mind games here. What entrance cards? There's a huge amount of variety that you choose from.
Mhm.
What finishers are going to be played? And I think both these guys seem very, very prepared. I loved Michael Kirk's call to use the Dragon Con entrance.
I like
kind
that
of
too.
throw the hidden threat off his game. He's very, very defensive. And we had a match where it looked like Michael Kirk was jumping ahead very, very early. But the pendulum swung back the other way towards the champion, and it never came back down.
Nope.
Pretty early finisher. The triple jump moonsault has lots of 9s and lots of 10s. We saw a very aggressive stop from Michael Kirk, which I don't necessarily disagree with. And then the crowd meter 010, which was the death of me at locals in each of my match, was enough to retain the LFF championship with the hidden threat Matt Hess. Some folks have never touched the gold. Some folks have never defended it. He's gotten 2 accolades on his resume.
Yep.
But that would not be the end of it.
No.
Apparently signed off by General Manager John Calais, the highest champ in the LFF, fresh off a Monday night victory, fresh off a Thursday night victory. He would cash in his Cookies Fortune event, meaning that there would be a Cookies Fortune up and running for the Grand Gathering. And this was one heck of a match, folks. He went in there. He made this a fair fight,
He
fresh
did.
start from the beginning, took no additional advantage. Matt Ass kind of jumped ahead bright and early. It looked like this one was going to end the same way for Zach as it did Michael Kirk. Crowd meter 0-10 off the triple jump moonsault, but on the count of 2, highest champ in the LFF would kick out. We've seen the apron bomb come out. Then one of the great cards here, I believe it was Rise to the Occasion. Matt Haas was able to play a 13 stop to look at his hand and see what was in there.
Yep.
Look to make a kill strike. Because that card was gone, Poison Stars was off. He'd only have 1 grapple stop. It wasn't looking good for the highest champ in the LFF, but then he was able to throw that grapple, leaving the champ with 0 stops left to it thanks to the apron bomb. And unfortunately for the hidden threat, when he took a glance at the highest champ in the LFF's hand, he had not drawn a Beg for Mercy yet. And that would make all the difference. Beg for Mercy on the triple jump moonsault. Without that Beg for Mercy, I think you could have a long road up ahead of him, right? You'd have to get that card back. Pretty big hand for the highest, for the champion. And 9 to a 10 to an 11 on bonuses and crowd meter. And your new champion, the highest champ in the LFF, Zach Ashley. He is currently your hardcore champion. He is in a position to take on Brian Schmidt and John Von Masick. Maybe he has 3 titles at some point going to Greg. Unprecedented. But unbelievable turn of events. Truly shocking.
Great match.
Me. I'm glad I didn't have to fly him down to New York, which was going to be negotiated at some point. So thank you for saving me money on a potential plane ticket, Mr. Zach. Greatly appreciated. But you're new champion, and the highest error has begun. And I believe he will be walking into Grand Gathering as a champion. I'm not sure. That's up to General Manager John Calais.
So we'll see.
Can we jump to Monday?
Monday Night Fights. It was 420, baby. So how else are we going to celebrate 420? A little high water as your special guest rep for the finals. And here's your top 4. In 4th place, Colby Cram as Elgato Shinobi. 3rd place, Starbreaker as Endigo. 2nd place, the TVA Commissioner as D2 Hammers. And in 1st place, oh, God, he had a horseshoe so far up his you-know-what. Ladies and gentlemen, Simple Chuck as Gia de los Muertos.
The Chuck Luck.
The Chuck Luck was real.
I wonder if any of those top contenders took high water into consideration or they just went for it. Chuck, celebrating his holiday, doing very well, gets himself a Monday night victory. Rolling into Monday night at the locals event for the Rip and Ship Arena. We had a pretty loaded up event. We were supposed to have a special guest that John Pressman Pete told me would be returning, and now I just realized he did not return. I got jobbed out very, very quickly. I had to drive back and forth to the train station 3 times, thanks to Mr. Penguin and the Cheetah Ian Chambers. Cheetah, I still love you, buddy. Do it for you anytime. Next time, don't forget the guy's keys in your car, okay? I got smacked around totally. The Big Match Pete made his return in some weird cut. He was 3-0. And he was the 5th seat because of some things, and he's a very nice guy, didn't contest it. He didn't make the top 4, but advancing into your top 4 finals was the deck of the week that we just saw as the man from IT got himself a nice little victory going into it. Do you have the whole top 4 for that, Schmidt?
Yeah, give me just one moment.
I think Press 1P had to take a dive. While you're pulling those up, we had the finals. Press 1P versus Big Match Pete. This was Johnny T versus Cyclone in a main event match that ran well over 80 minutes in a fantastic match. I was able to get a good amount of that watched. I think it was Pete hit the first finish, then Poverino hit a finish, and then I think Pete again, and then Poverino a couple times. Went up to 4 crowd meter. I mean, it was as close as it gets. Multiple 10s kicked out of. And at the end of the game, where it was anyone's match, it came down to a Cyclone gimmick, as you would expect, shuffling away the stop for Big Match Pete, shrinking his hand down. And your player of the era, Mr. John Press 1P, has claimed himself a #1 contendership for the LFF World Heavyweight Championship, a thing that I had guaranteed would happen the moment I said the player of the era has the #1 pick in a best-of-3 series. I said, let's just end the event now. Big Match Pete, we were pulling for you. What a return. What a phenomenal performance. And your tribal chief, Mr. Press 1P, might be in a position to recapture the LFF World Heavyweight Championship. He was also in a predicament as the Super Lucha World Champion, going up against Mr. Le Penguin, who won the over-the-top grand battle at Long Island Tabletop. Le Penguin versus Press 1P to close out the night at the Ripple Chip Arena would strike first and second, almost securing himself a huge victory. The gimmick for Snake Pit would give him an extra 10 that would allow him to break out on the finish roll. Press 1P would rally back, catching a Lucha Rinser Pete with a punch, leaving Le Penguin with no strike stops. And you know what they say, and they've been saying for 11 years, snakes gotta eat. And in came the snake bite. And still, your Super Lucha World Heavyweight Champion, John Press 1P, with Snake Pit. And folks, that is a scary combo. We might see Press 1P holding Super Lucha World Championship and LFF World Championship, unless Zach Ashley or somebody's got something to say about it.
I got something to say about this Super Lucha. I got 100% to say about it.
We're going to have some announcements on it. We're going to keep on rolling about anything else we failed to cover here at this point. I had a phenomenal series with Adrian Drin. I love the promo video he put up, dropped some bars. Joe Hendry, one of the biggest stars in the world, is not a big enough star for Mr. Hollywood because Joe Hendry was starstruck. He knows when he meets royalty in the celebrity realm, and that was what Hollywood had represented. And I am moving on in the 6-stop extravaganza hosted by Ronnie Rums. All right, looking forward.
Oh, looking forward. Real quick, Dojo, because we can't forget about Dojo. We had Papa Nequaqua. And Mr. John Mathis, the end, defending the house. I had charge since the Arbiter is out on the West Coast right now, getting a Final Fantasy. Here are your cards that go on sale. Back Bender, Sheep kneel before my big American sledgehammer, and leveling up the Union. Congratulations to Slamilton, the Italian Bombata, and Simon David for winning their matches. Fun fact, folks, the Italian Bombata is the only one he has the most wins on the dojo. He has claimed not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 prize cards because he's won 12 times since we've started the prize card claim after winning 3 in a row. So congratulations to my best buddy for doing it and being one of the best challengers that we have in the LFF to the dojo. I do have one other local. I'm just gonna go off what we have here. Titan Legacy, from McDonough, Georgia, at TCF Gaming Arena. Titan Legacy Championship was defended as Nick Ross and Zack Sabre Jr. retained in a 5-way. The chosen special guest was Flip Gordon version 1. The Titan Legacy Super Lucha Scramble Championship as Jeremy Steigerwald as El Penguno won the championship in a fatal 4-way. Titan Legacy Tag Team Champs as Nick Ross and Chip Allen were forced to team with each other in order to torture them, and they threw away everything they believe in to win the championships as Killer Kelly and the leader of the Postal Nation. The shame and disgrace will follow them forever.
And
UCW. These are just results. I don't have any other information, but UCW. The Friend as RJ Bombshell defeated Pride as the prize fighter in a hardcore match. Money Ref chickened out and sent in Neil the East End Enforcer to face the Beatkeeper, and Neil took care of business, as he should. Finally, he's returned to Super
East
Show.
End Enforcer chicken out. That sounds pretty smart.
Neil the Eastern Enforcer as Nick Nemeth defeated the Beekeeper as Dr. Emily Booker version 2. Finally, in his return to Super Show, Rainbow Apocalypse faced a vacant mystery opponent in a special guest referee match. That opponent was none other than his old rival, the Misfit, with special guest referee Dean Longmire. Rainbow Apocalypse himself defeats the Misfit as himself. And that's UCW for you nerds.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Because we got a lot of cover here, folks.
Yep.
The real quick. Lots of talks about the Grand Slams. Very hot commodity right now. We know some are chasing it, some have got it. I want to shine my light on my 2 cents of what a Grand Slam here is in the LFF. First and foremost, without question, not up for debate, Grand Slam means 4 titles, 4 runs scored by a Grand Slam. That's what makes it a Grand Slam, okay? If we can't be on the same page with that, that's what it is. If I said you were a dozen champion and that meant you got 14 titles, it wouldn't make any sense, folks. It's called a Grand Slam because it's worth 4 points, okay? Now, what 4 has been contested? And I'll concede to some of the folks in the consent committee that there are different interpretations of it.
Okay.
For me, if we're splitting hairs, and I'll explain my logic, it is the LFF World Championship, the LFF Underworld Championship, the LFF Tag Team Championships, and the Trios Championship. And my explanation for this would be that the Tornado and the Tag Team title are similar enough in kayfabe. They both represent capturing a tag team belt.
Okay.
So I don't think it is necessary for it to be Tornado and Tag Team. That is the SRG BOSS's, the greatest American who ever lived, the dictator of dictators here, interpretation of what a Grand Slam is. Okay, I'm not going to split hairs and try to take away anything. If you've won 1 or 4 or 5, you've accomplished incredible things. Okay, I've only held a couple of cups. You know, I have the most winningest intergalactic champion of all time in just a 24-hour period. I was the first ever 18-time defending tri-state champion. I had a short-lived run as the greatest American ever lived, thanks to Robert the Brain Dunn. Still haven't forgiven you for this. And I don't think there's much more gold for me behind it. We could deep dive. So if you're in one of those elite few, or you have one, you're in really good company. You might even be doing better than me. So that is my interpretation of the Grand Slam. You could have your opinions. I will not flex on the fact that it is 4 championships, not 5. That just doesn't make any sense. And then my interpretation, as I mentioned, world title, underworld title, tag team, and trios. I think that gives you the best overall spread. When you're talking about the multiplayer format, you go to the trios division. So you could reassess where you're at. You could take it. You could leave it. You could have talking points. I'm not trying to discredit anybody or take any accomplishments away from anyone. That's just my real quick. Into looking forward. A lot of folks, I've been buying some shirts. A couple just went through this episode. I have them here. They're beautiful. I almost made a mistake. I caught it, so I hope there was no botches. If you purchase this, you will get a new entrance card, a Ghostbuster-themed entrance card from Matt Cardona. That lets you search your deck for any card with Buster in the name, not a lead or not a follow-up. I did catch a mistake that was made. Some people had put one of the original ones in. If you ever purchase a shirt and you got the one that doesn't say any Buster, that was a mistake. We'll fix it for you right away. But these shirts are awesome. They actually got the stamp of approval from John Press 1P,
Wow.
Player of the Era. He went out of his way to tell me how comfortable and fantastic it was. That meant a lot. As much crap as I give Mr. Press 1P. He does not give away his praise easily. And he bought
doesn't.
one. I'll show you the receipt.
Oh, he
So
bought?
Press
He
1P
actually
spent
slid the
his
card?
full money on it. He did. He said, you know what he told me? He said, if I'm getting that card with it, the value is there. I'll take it. And you know what? He called me up and he praised me for the shirt quality. And I was very, very excited to hear that. So thank you, Mr. Press 1P. You can call him. You can reach out. He'd give you your opinion. And listen, it was a lucky shirt for him. He retained the world title in the Super Lucha division. He earned a shot. He had a great week. And I said it has nothing to do with his skill. It's all about the shirt. You swear it.
Fair enough.
I said I was going to mention out of print stuff.
Right.
I am very excited that it's gone, but also a little bit sad. Old school packs Wave 2 are officially down to the stock that I listed today.
Okay.
Okay. This was the tail end of it. It was about 30 or so of those decks. I had to fill the foils with foil competitors.
Oh, wow.
So right now, you will be able to get one of the old school foil competitors in the box. As a little bonus, I've thrown in some of the brand new, some of them even unreleased foil competitors in there.
Oh.
There are 3 of those in there. Okay. I cannot physically make any more old school 2 decks. Okay. That's it. I'm out. So if you're looking to them, I put them on sale for, I believe, $18.
I'm going to look
Which
right
I
now.
think is a steal because you will get a guaranteed foil competitor. Those foil competitors were printed 1 of 50, so you'll get some good value on that. We want them gone. We're making room here in the Grand Machine Studios. It is more packed than ever before right now. Hopefully the weather gets a little bit nicer and we could reorganize some of the storage. But if we could get rid of that old school 2 section here, that would be greatly appreciated. Those are on sale right now.
I'm pulling up the link for the people right now.
So you got some good stuff that debuted. These Halloween bundles. I'm going to lower the sale price eventually on the bundle deals. Some really cool stuff in there. You got some new T-shirts, and you got the old school decks. If you're looking to, help us out, as we always appreciate getting set up for the Grand Gathering. Okay, the Midwest Winter Gaming Classic will be going down this weekend, not last weekend, which, Mr. Mulligan, I hate to find joy and laughter in your turmoil where you showed up to a convention a week earlier on accident. But I will tell you, the primal laughter that you gave me when I realized that you had showed up to the convention 1 week early on accident was something I cannot describe, and I will forever be grateful for. I'm glad you made it safe. I hope the trip didn't put you out too far, but it is in fact this weekend. The Meeple and Mr. Mulligan will be representing the LFF alongside Mr. Brett Zastro, I believe his name is pronounced. We really appreciate him for setting that up. Hopefully we have a nice working relationship with this con and future cons out in that area, thanks to them. And I believe they will be having their Midwest Coast Championship match there as well.
Yes,
so
they
that
will
should be a ton of fun. If you are in those guys' area, in the Chicago area, the Midwest Gaming Classic area, check it out. Go see those guys. I'm sure they'd be excited to see you. I know there's a wrestling company. I believe Swoggle's company will be there performing as well.
Ooh.
The road to Grand Gathering is here. I told somebody today it was about 2 months away. They said, "Are you crazy? It's about 1 month away." I said, "That can't be right." It's right. We're about 1 month out from the Grand Gathering 6. If you have not bought your ticket yet, I am very close to printing the promo cards, and I'm printing them exceptionally limited. I'm talking about we have the Jurassic Juggernauts. You will miss the cutoff for these promo cards, all the extra stuff. All right. Make sure you get those in. If you want the VIP stuff, there's some extra promos and things in there. We will spoil them. It will be worth your extra money.
Yep.
You'll also get an awesome shirt that I'm working with Split on. Grand Gathering 6 is VI, and then they'll have the little P icon, so VIP for the VIP shirts. It's going to be very, very cool. I was excited to see that accidentally come together. So you'll be able to get that. Your draft order for both the Grand Battle and I believe the Cookie's Fortune, is that what General Manager John Clay said? So that's high stakes. If you want to get in there, get the character you want, you're going to not wait till last minute. Do what you can, get that ticket set up so we can better prepare for all these events. I know guys like Hold Blind Harry are looking to organize events. It's very hard for us to say, hey, currently we have 80 guests, but we're really going to have 110 just because some people haven't signed up yet. So make sure you're signed up for the Grand Gathering. General Manager John Calais and I will have a meeting both Thursday and Friday to make sure that the LFF as a whole is on the same page for the events, what is legal, what is not. For example, I am doing the old school CAC. I have mentioned that the only characters that are booked are the characters that have won a old school CAC already. All the new characters that come out will be legal. I will be enforcing diversity in that event. I'll be, possibly having diversity play off. I also will be, if I'm able to do it, might make division play off in the top cut. Meaning, if you're a world's character and there's a world's character, they might have to play off. I'm just going to let all those things be crystal clear. What will be legal for the grand battle? I don't know if there will be any restrictions. Will there be restrictions for the Cookies Fortune? Will the number one contenders be booked? Will the current champions be booked? Will previous winners be booked? These are all questions that will be answered. The ones that I can answer for with certainty are the old school CAC, and that is going to have the legal cards being the 10th anniversary box set and the Grand Pack Wave 3 that will debut that Thursday night. Okay. All the other things, John and I will hash out, and we will have an official update by Wednesday. After
Thursday.
my meetings with General Manager John Calais. No, I don't mean Thursday. I mean Wednesday during Talk of the Universe.
Okay.
If there are specific questions that you have, please let me know.
I have two already.
If General Manager John Calais will be running the tag team event, or if I am. I will tell you. It is very likely that I will be in charge of the tag team event. And what does that mean? I will be enforcing super diversity. I will be booking the top 96. Some people want to know, are we booking characters like Combat Chris? Will he be legal, yes or no? And that is up to discussion. I'm going to review the Duet Dream where Combat Chris was allowed. And we will get you an answer by Wednesday on the formatting of these events. What are the questions, Mr. Brian Schmidt?
First question coming from the Italian Bombata. A Grand Slam winner, Chris Pagillo. Can I purchase the VIP tickets to get the goodies even though I'm not going?
You can, yes.
There you go. And the Norseman asking, for the shirt, will there be a spread of sizes? Should we notate our size in some way?
I will be reaching out to those people and getting it. I think that'll be the easiest way to do it.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to reach out to everybody. I will also talk to Split and then say, give me one extra of each size just in case. And if you weren't on the list, you'll get what we have in stock. So yes, we will be reaching out to some folks on the exact size quantities that we need for each one. Any other questions that popped up?
I have nothing right now in the chat.
Do we have any news on the CCC matches?
No, we do not. The oldest living member of the Hall of Fame has not gotten to me with any of that information. No idea when the tag round's going to start. I believe he said this week is going to start, but wait for Mr. Mulligan to make a post in the next couple of days to see when we're starting. I think
typically it starts on Fridays, so we'll nudge Mr. Mulligan, make sure he's alive and well awake. All right, GM's Corner.
Right. I'm going to sit down for this one. Oh,
nice. The GM's, his event hosted, as we mentioned earlier in the show, has concluded, which means John Press 1P will be a number one contender for the LFF World Heavyweight Champion. I believe, to my knowledge, not my division, not my circus, not my movies. Chris Pate is also a contender thanks to his grand battle victory as Big Bad Bobby T, right? We can't forget about that. That's looming in there.
I think he used that in the Fatal 4-Way.
Is that what it was used? Is that?
I believe so, because he ran Big Bad Bobby D in the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure. It said not my division. If that is accurate, which it could be, that leaves only one contender, John Press 1P. We have been told that there will be a grand battle and a Cookies Fortune event that will allow you to get contendership. Is there a Worlds event listed as well?
He did. Okay, I'm being corrected by Colby, the chosen one. He did not. Okay, my apologies. I believed it was Big Bad Bobby D, but I don't know if he used that. But thank you guys for correcting me. I appreciate it.
All right. We have a brand new world champion, Zach Atchley. He's going to be doing a lot of work. We'll see if he'll get through Eddie Fury in the hardcore matchup. I would like to see some redemption here. And I will say that concluding the Zach Ashley versus Eddie Fury matchup, I am going to put the hidden threat Matt Haas up against that champion.
Oh,
If
wow.
a little redemption here, Zach Ashley deprived the hidden threat of walking into the biggest show of the year as the LFF World Heavyweight Championship. I would love to see a little redemption should he be able to beat Eddie Fury. So we're going to give Mr. Haas an opportunity to get the hardcore title back. And I know the World Championship meant the world to him, but he would be a great representative for the hardcore division. I don't often say this, but Mr. Hidden Threat, you better count your stars. You better play. I don't know what you got to do, but you do not want to go up against the jerk of Cirque, Mr. Eddie Fury, because if you think the GOAT, the GOAT Brock Smith, is a mouthful or an earful or a pain to deal with, you have no idea the fury, pun intended, that Eddie is going to unleash on you. So let's see if the stars will align. Zach can walk in, maybe a redemption story. If not, it is going to be a bumpy ride for the hidden threat because we know that Doug Saunders is going to pull absolutely zero punches here. Okay. Super Lucha World Championship held by John Press 1P defeated Le Penguin. We're going to have two major announcements here. We are going to have a Super Lucha qualifying tournament. I'll give you the details on how to register, how to sign up. That event must be concluded before the Grand Gathering. I'm going to be so strict on this. You're just going to be DQ'd. That's it. You're going to be out. I'm going to make sure that there is a challenger complete. Not to mention, I will be appointing a second challenger. Schmidt, sit down. I didn't say it was you.
I'm sitting down.
Okay, stay there. Don't think about it. There is a lot of other stuff that is going to take place before we get there. Hold the Line Harry has also announced that there will be a tornado event. Other GMs, you can book events for the GG. In fact, we encourage it. My advice to you would be brackets or group phases, okay? If you want those things to go down, coordinate with us. Do something that people could play in between rounds. They can know their opponents. There won't be too many wait time. Do not try to do 6 rounds of Swiss, okay? It's just not going to get through the weekend unless you don't want it to. If you want it to be concluded through the weekend and be part of the Grand Gathering, you got to be smart. You got to have something that is going to keep on moving. We have the Global Championship currently being booked. That is going to be John Hodges as Danhausen versus the Collector Sean Loeb as Swoggle. I mean, that's just an awesome match. Can't wait to see every bit of that. We've also booked officially a date for the LFF Tag Team Championships, currently held by Brian Weaver Schmidt and John Von Masick, the Centipede. They are going to be taking on 2 current LFF, 2.5 probably, because there's 3 titles here. We have the LFF World Heavyweight Champion, Zach Ashley, the Hardcore Champion, Zach Ashley, and the Tornado Champion, Simple Chuck. And there could be a lot of gold going home with the TVA guys. And there are going to be a lot of action at the Grand Gathering, should that be the case. So be ready for it. Okay. Any other title belts that I missed before we get into this nonsense that's been
I'm
gonna
be confirming with the Matt Custodian, confirming he'll be at GG. If not, he'll be defending before GG.
WTF Radio is going to be there. We're going to train them. We're going to get some veterans in there. So let's make sure the Veterans Championship is there. I would love to get the man custodian on there. Whatever we can do, let's make sure we get in touch with the man custodian because that's the most important thing. I would love that man to be there. It's just, you know. All right, let's check on a little chart. Triad Championship has been booked. Do you have the date for that match, Schmidt?
Yes. Give me a moment, please, and thank you. Trio's title will be defended next week, according to the Italian Bombada. So coming up this weekend on Sunday Night Fights, just to give you a heads up, the LFF Tri-State Tag, the LFF Tag Team titles, and the Old School title will be defended. So 2 tags and an Old School. The LFF Tag Team will be going first. The Tri-State will be your main event. The Triad division, I do not have a date on my schedule.
You
Trios will
have the
be
competitors.
the competitors. I'd have to look at the chat. I don't remember them off the top of my head, and my phone is dead.
You have that? You have that info, Mr. Schmidt?
Who the challengers are? And hold on once. I do not have who the challengers are. I know customer service Drin, I believe, is one of them you said on last week.
That is correct.
And the other one was
Maddie Bar
Matty
One.
Bar 1, yes.
All right, I'll get that bumped up for you for a date. Keep these things rocking and rolling. The LFF Tag Team Tournament that was won in a very fair decision by Mr. Colby Cram and Mr. Simon Dabner. We'll have them waiting patiently for the #1 contendership. And it's brought on a lot of stuff. You know, Robert the Brain Dunn has come out here. He's trying to call me a dictator. He's trying to accuse Mr. Tomato Jr., who we all saw live at Ripmanship Arena. He was there. He participated in a match. He made judgment calls that he is somehow a fictional entity that has no power, no authority, and just answers to me. It's erroneous on all accounts. I believe that Tomato Jr. will also be live at Grand Gathering 6. So you'll be able to meet him, shake hands, take pictures, talk to him. I really appreciate all he does. And
I need a meeting with him.
He's been working with me.
I need a meeting with him.
You should get him. You should definitely. He's very wonderful individual. So I really look forward to you guys being able to talk to him. You know, Robert the Brain Dunn has some nerve. He comes out here, he's calling me a dictator for what has been going on in the GM ship. And I look around, and what do I see? I see for the first time ever, the fans were able to vote to pick who they want to support a Underworld Championship match. So we have 4 contenders voted on by your friends. Going on right now, we have a new Underworld contender. For the first time ever, we had tag teams who earned their rights, not for a title shot, but to win a created card. That was won by the Dangerous Alliance. We've got the face of the year, one half of my favorite tag team, Mr. As Good as Gold, Johnny El Dorado, defending the most exciting title all the time and put it on a show for you. We got to see matches like Zach Ashley versus Kempo Kenny. Incredible. Now we got Doug Saunders versus Zach Ashley. Things have been rolling. We've seen a dominant performance by the Crime Wave in the tag team division. We've seen a defense every single month in the tag team realm where the challengers were able to set up, get on the team. It's been running really well, and I won't take all the credit. Mr. Tomato Jr. is fantastic. Ronnie Roms with the Deep Six has been fantastic. Brian Schmidt has been subpar. Dr. Dick has even emerged and got the Intergalactic division going again. The Italian Bombada has been fantastic. Hold the Line Harry has been on the ball with everything. General Manager Jean Calais, we just let him do whatever he wants. You know, overall, he's doing a fantastic job with the World Champions division, even if he's operating on his own hemisphere. Anybody that I missed here, the GOAT, Brock Smith, United States division. I mean, I think we're in a really, really healthy state here. And the fact that Robert the Brain Dunn wants to accuse me of throwing my power and my influence around is ridiculous. I mean, this is a man who bribed somebody into a CAC win. He wants to talk about throwing away power and influence. He wants to call me a terrorist. He didn't like my ruling, so he blew up the Super Show scoring app. That, my friend, is terrorism. That is not what the greatest American who ever lived represents. So I am perturbed by these accusations by Robert the Brain Dunn, but I don't back down from a challenge. Mr. Robert the Brain wants to call me out at the Grand Gathering. He wants to try to discredit me. He wants to get me kicked out as a GM so he has somebody that he could bully and harass and convince into title opportunities, and it's not going to happen. So first and foremost, you want to say that I didn't announce the stipulation for your match, I'll hear you out. But I'll tell you something with absolute certainty, just as sure as you will never capture the Grand Slam championship, when you go toe-to-toe with the chosen one, Colby Cram, the result has always been the same. You tag team him with one of the greatest LFF world champions of all time, the prize fighter. And trust me, prize fighter season was in season. There was no chance that you and the Candyman were going to roll through them any number of times. So I have a couple proposals. Before we could even entertain what's going to go down at the Grand Gathering between you and I have spoken to the chosen one, Colby Cram. I have spoken to the prize fighter. We've began negotiations, and we are going to look to set up a match between Robert the Brain Dunn and the Candyman, should she be able to make Grand Gathering. If not, we'll find an order for a rematch where if Robert the Brain Dunn is able to win, he will earn himself a tag team title opportunity. Now, what is going to be in store for the challengers in that match? They've already earned themselves a tag team title match. I'm not going to take that away from them. Well, we're going to negotiate. Colby W. Cram is a great negotiator. There are going to be some things on the table. What perks will they get if they silence Robert the Brain Dunn? That is a subject for myself and Mr. Colby Cram and the prize fighter that will go down. Mr. Robert the Brain Dunn, if you accept, and we can put an end to this nonsense, that it didn't matter if it was best of 1, best of 5, a match in ping pong, paddleball, cricket, the Colby W. Cram had your number. There will be no more tag team title opportunities given to you. You can earn them. You're not going to weasel in with somebody who used your character at a different con. You're not going to buy your way in. There's not going to be no capitalist cups. You will have to win a tournament to get a tag team title shot, period. That is my stipulation on that first phase. Now, the second phase, should you be able to get me in the mood to challenge on the grandest stage of all, and me to undo all the hard work that I've done for 10 years and running, there's got to be something of value on the line here, Bob. You're not a stupid guy. I think you're one of the smartest people here in the LFF, and you have to know I have nothing to gain from this matchup. But I do have something that you have that I'm very much interested in. And my terms for our matchup, should we come to an agreement, are very, very simple. I will resign as GM of all the divisions except the Triad, which is what you had suggested. If you put the ownership and the password on the line for me, when I beat you, you will turn over the Super Show scoring app to the SRG BOSS, and you will remain a consultant for us for 1 whole year, because Lord knows I won't know how to work that thing. You're going to have to teach me. So it's very simple. You want to give the power back to the people, you put the Super Show scoring app, so next time you lose, you can't take your ball and go home and try to screw me and the rest of the LFF. Me, Tomato Jr., General Manager John Calais, the whole LFF is waiting to hear. Me, Tomato Jr., General Manager John Calais, the whole LFF is waiting to hear